This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 7, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon, Salakia. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 8, and it reads, Babylon is suddenly fallen, and destroyed. How for her? Take bond for her pain, if so she may be healed. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 9, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsaken her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgments have reached unto heavens, and is lifted up even to the sky. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 2, and it reads, And he cried with a mighty strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is becoming habitations of deceivers, and the whole of every foul spirit in a cage, an unclean fool, HATEFUL, bird. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakarkadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out from RT.com. And this is from the business news category from RT.com, alternative news around the world. And it reads as of April the 23rd, 2023. And it says, U.S. recession looms, strategist warn. Indicators points to an impending economic downturn, according to the expert. It says the U.S. is on the brink of a recession, judging from its brutal bad economic data. Chris Weddelin, Chief Executive of Financial Advisory from the Long View Economics, said in an interview CNBC this week. And it says, according to the strategist, one of the factors pointing to a looming recession in the latest reading of the leading economic index for the U.S., which fell by 1.2% in March, its lowest level since November of 2020. Furthermore, the standard timeline for a recession is about 1 year after the inversion of the Treasury yield curve, when yields on one short data securities rise above those from long-term ones, as the curve first inverted in March of 2022. The economic downturn may be well just around the corner, Weddelin says. Every time you have that in the U.S., you have a recession. So I think it's coming. It's on its way. It's just a timing issue. He has cited as saying, just last month, the inversion intensified, reached negative 103.1 basic points, which represented the larger gap between the short-term date and the long-term date yield since September of 1981, when the economic was in the early months of a recession. It says Weddelin also warned of the consequences for equities markets once recession hits. Right, because the market's been down, up and down, due to the fact with the Federal Reserve keep on raising the interest rate as well too, as they was continuing tackling the inflation, even though the inflation has cooled down a little bit, I believe, to like 5%. And then, the consumer spending was going up, the gas prices was going up, the cost of living was continuing to go up as well too. And you've been having experts in the economic category was, definitely mentioned this as of like last year, and all the way into this year of 2023 about a potential mild recession, or an economic downturn, or economic recession and an economic downturn, and a mild recession as well too. So I want to add a note to that as well too. It says, waiting also warn of the consequences to equity markets once recession hits. They won't come through a shall hit, if I pronounced that right. In my opinion, it says in our opinion, I'm not even sure about relatively. The reality is, if you look at profit margins that went to higher records in 2021 and a bit of 2022, and of course, when you have a lot of inflation around, you can get very good operating leverage. So you can get record high profit margins. When you get into a recession, we have got to do a double hit on profit margins. You'll have got to normalize them back to normal levels, and then you got the price in a recession, he's explained. According to waiting, expectations for earnings are currently way too optimistic, given the direction the economy is going. So once again, according to the economic expertise, they saying a potential economic slope and economic downfall as we looming closer and closer to a potential U.S. Recession looming. The strategist warn. So like I mentioned again, due to the fact what the interest rates been going up, due to the fact what interest rates and inflation, consumer spending, the cost of living, everything was just consistently going up, even though the inflation cooled down. But expect the inflation to go right back up, and the market's been up and down, a balanced scale of up and down, because the markets react to what's going on globally and financially, data statistic wise, or what the Federal Reserve, what they're going to make an announcement. Are they going to continue to tackle the inflation, or are they going to continue to raise the interest rates, or are they going to make an announcement of the state of the economy? So the markets, they react in regards to that, like I just mentioned, But, we definitely been seeing the, economic decline with the consumer spending, gas prices going up, cost of living is going up, as well too. And then we've been seeing, like 2.5 months ago, or a month and a half ago, of the Silicon Valley banks. That was another warning right there of a potential economic collapse, So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. And first and foremost, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakarkadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Hakim scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.